Welcome to episode 4 of the Flaming Whiskey Podcast. My name is Sean Lutz. I am joined by my co-host, Holiday in Cambodia Valentine.
What's up, my jiggas? It's me. It's your girl, Cambodia Valentine. I'm here joined by my very good friend and co-host, Jedi Master Sean Lutz, everybody.
Right guard will not help you here, Cat.
Well, you're going to say I'm going to sweat my ass off?
No, it's a quote from Holiday in Cambodia.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Right God will not help you here.
All right.
Brace yourself, my dears.
So, for this episode...
That's also another quote from the song.
For this episode, we have, we got wings, because we're in Buffalo. So, you know, hot wings, motherfuckers. We got them from Bar Bill, which technically may not be in the greater metro area of Buffalo, but they are still the best wings in Western New York.
Well, they're definitely in the Buffalo metro area. They're not within the city limits of Buffalo, but...
I wouldn't count East Aurora as...
What do you think a metro area is?
Like, I would say as far as, like, Cheektowaga.
Cheektowaga is literally directly outside. You can step between Buffalo and Cheektowaga, like, just hop it over.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying Cheektowaga counts as the metro area.
For sure, Cheektowaga does count, but it's way past that. The metro area can be defined as, like, do people regularly commute to and from Buffalo on a daily basis from there for work? And for sure, plenty of people live in East Aurora and work in Buffalo.
All right, fair enough. More than fair.
Goddamn right. Yeah, we got the suicide wings, as is the theme of our podcast, at least for this in the first episode.
Yeah, we're doing a food episode finally again, you guys. I know you guys were like thinking, what? They're never going to eat food. They lied to us. We did not lie, all right? We just...
To be fair, I was on a hunger strike the past 3 episodes.
I'm not going to say the word. I had to censor that word like 3 times last episode. Or like the second episode. But
Which word?
I can't say the word.
But you said it?
I called you your religion. Or... It's also a race. Anyways, 2.5 minutes deep. Let's
You want to know what I was protesting on my hunger strike? I'll tell you on the Patreon episode.
Oh my god, editing the second. I like only like watched like the first 10 minutes of episode 3, and that one is gonna be a shit show.
Yeah, I did dox Cat on the last episode. That's gonna have to be removed.
Oh man, what a fucking crazy episode that was. So I'm trying to I try to make my job easier by making less that I have to actually edit out. Which, to be fair, I think I only had to remove like 5, maybe 6 minutes or so of episode 2. But you know,
What did we remove from episode 2?
I'll let you rewatch it. One more.
Yeah, well, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, there was tunnels involved.
I don't remember exactly what I said about tunnels, but that can go in a few different directions.
Yeah, we know. Alright, anyways. So the cocktail we made this week, Jiggas, is...
I have a Moscow mule, whereas Cat has a Mexican mule.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers. He also has the copper glass and I don't, because we don't have a real budget yet.
You know the reason mules are served in copper glasses?
Because it's cold?
No, it was literally just like, in the place that the drink was invented, there just happened to be a surplus of copper. So like, what if we just created a drink and told people, oh, it's gotta be in this kind of cup? And it's worked out. I prefer it out of the copper cup, but that's where it comes from.
I actually do kind of love that. I also do prefer it out of the copper cup. It doesn't feel like a real mule unless I'm drinking it out of a cup.
I don't know if this is actually real copper or if it's just like...
Yeah, like stained or whatever.
Yeah, or if it's just a different metal made to look like copper. Because while the outside is this color, the inside is just like steel. Like it's... Like if you look at it, it's not that gold color on the inside. Which makes me suspect this is not real copper.
Looks copper enough to me. Look at that sheen on the camera.
Corpus will never get me.
Also, do you like all the small improvements we're making, you guys? Look at the lighting in here, alright? We don't look like we're in a cave anymore.
Well, in fact, episode
Look
1
at the
was
glare.
powered by candlelight. We had a whale on the lap.
Powered, yeah. oil lamp.
Do you know how fucking hard it is to source whale oil in 2025? The amount of bribes I had to pay to get that whale oil.
We had to go all the way up to the Great North.
No, I literally just had to find a whale. The whale is fine, folks, for those of you wondering.
Wait, you milked the whale for its oil?
You gotta ring it. If
Okay.
you get a whale, that's why I'm very tall.
Out of the
I've
tail.
got quite the wingspan, so I'm able to kind of ring the whale and just get, like a liter of whale oil for a lamp, and that's what powered the podcast these first few episodes.
Cheers. So which one is on top here?
So these are the suicide on top, I presume.
Yes.
And then underneath I have Cajun honey butter barbecue.
Okay, so we're going to distribute the wings up evenly here first. And, yeah, so we get 5 and 5.
Yep. You can take that one.
Yeah, I was going to say, we were both done. Hold on. Hold on, you guys need to see this. Look at this. We were both fucking avoiding this chicken. It's like missing a piece of itself. Look at it!
The guy in the kitchen took a bite before they put it in the fryer.
Do you want the celery or the carrots?
Yeah, I'll grab it.
Alright. Alright, and then, here, I'm gonna, actually,
Just chuck it.
yeah, you know what? You're right. I'll just put it right here on the floor. Now, full disclosure, you guys, I did already have chicken wings once today. We and my boyfriend went to Darien Lake, Six Flags Darien Lake, and we got season passes, and they have an Anchor bar there now. And yeah, one of the things you can get is a wing meal. So you get 5 wings and fries, and it's included in my pass. And I did get the extreme hot, so my body is already pre-gamed for spicy food today.
As it should be. Yeah, but wings are such a staple in Buffalo. They've put an Anchor bar in the airport, so it is the first thing you see.
Are you serious?
There's an Anchor bar
in the airport
inside of the Buffalo airport. It's nice. The last time I flew out of there, I had a Bloody Mary before my flight.
Oh, you get a little, yeah.
I'm not a big day drinker, but airport Bloody Marys might be the best type of cocktail of just if you're drinking in the morning. Airport drinks are the top tier of excuses to day drink. I
can see
nothing better than an airport.
You're just literally stuck there waiting to go up in a metal skybox, which is anxiety.
Exactly, and I'm not more social than an airport, because
we might all die.
It's not even that. It's just you're in the airport. There's the immediate icebreaker. Oh, where are you headed? Where are you coming from? Oh, you went on vacation. Like there's an immediate.
That's fair.
Whereas you're in a regular bar. What's your line to talk to someone? Hey, come here a lot. But in that airport.
Hey, you been here before?
If it's a bar I'm a regular at, I can point at stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I was there tonight. That window broke. I watched the bottle fly. My name's on the wall. But I can do that.
My name's on the wall.
Milky's on Elmwood, everybody. My name is on the wall.
All right, so should we dive right in?
Yeah, let's start with the suicides.
Start with the suicides. So I think that's one of these guys right here on the bottom.
Yeah, they're the more orange-looking one.
Yeah, you got these from the East Aurora location, right?
Yeah, for whatever reason, I don't think the Williamsville location actually has takeout.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing about it on the website. If you
Which
try
doesn't
and
make
call,
sense.
it's
They're
just
a restaurant. Well, I guess also, but whatever.
What do you mean? Yeah, most restaurants would do takeout.
Sorry, I meant to say it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry, I meant to say the
not
opposite.
all of them. I mean, I get, they've got enough people just coming in there. But anyway, cheers.
I don't want to touch your blue cheese.
Here's the bottom.
Take. It's like, I don't know what to describe that sauce as.
Suicidal. They put it in the name.
No, there's like a specific like kind of salty pepper thing that they. There's a seasoning that I've had on other extreme hot wings before they all seem to use it. So I don't know what pepper it is.
Could be ghost pepper.
It's very good though.
Carolina Reaper, maybe. Datil peppers. Probably not datil. That's a real unique pepper. You can only find it in like northern Florida.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my aunt has a place in St. Augustine, and when I go down there, it's like in the marketing of like everything in that city. The datil. I don't know if it's datil or datil. It's datil. But they say they can only grow it, like, in and around St. Augustine, Florida. It needs very unique, I don't know, soil conditions or whatever.
I love the, one of the things I've always admired about us as a species is our ingenuity to try to make everything edible. We're like, I don't even know if this will kill me or not, but I'm going to try to eat it anyways.
These might kill you.
Oh,
It'll kill your asshole tomorrow.
Somebody has a joke about the jam where you got to boil the berry 3 times and then it's edible.
Trevor.
Yeah. He never says the name of the berry, but I'm assuming that's boysenberry, right?
No, it's actually poisonberry.
That's why I'm assuming it's boysenberry, because it sounds like poisonberry.
It could be. I'm not a berryologist. I'll have to defer that. Jamie, can you look that up? That's right, we don't have a Jamie.
We don't have a Jamie, and I don't... So I'm eating with one hand right now to try to make sure I can use this hand to do stuff.
That is my move as well. I will genuinely, if
yeah.
I can, try and have one dedicated wing hand, and then I'll try and keep a clean hand for, picking up my drink. I need to check my phone. So, I immediately, on the first wing, I needed a second hand in there, so I've fucked myself.
Oh, you're screwed.
You know what? That's the game.
I mean, at least we got paper towels. We brought the whole roll, you guys.
Cut down a rainforest for those.
Yeah, we're not fucking around. This is now an ASMR podcast. Ow!
Ow! Ow!
That throat, fuck. That was a terrible time to laugh.
Yeah, you got something in your eye.
Shut up.
You just
fucking ass.
Not me trying to get hot sauce in Cat's eye.
Maybe we should have a first aid kit.
Fire extinguisher. You ever get hot sauce in your eye? It's the worst.
Oh, it's awful.
There's only one other place I've gotten hot sauce that was worse than getting it in my eye.
Oh, I can guess where it was.
Yeah, but on my balls.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, way worse on the balls than on the dick. And if you're asking, Sean, how did you get hot sauce on your dick? I'm not saucing up my cock. I want to make that very clear. But, sometimes you have an itch or something. You don't realize that maybe there's still a trace amount of hot sauce on your hand. Now you've just got a flaming sack.
The reason why it's way worse on your balls is because the skin there is way more porous and flexible.
It is. It just sucks up the capsaicin.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to dip my sack in milk.
a milk bath for your sack, dog. You get one of those little bird feeder bowls, and you're sitting by the window in your apartment, fully sacked out, just looking outside.
Morning, neighbors. They stay for a sack soak, ain't it?
A sack soak. Fellas, you ever have to soak your sack in milk because you ate the hot wing and you accidentally touched your balls? This ever happened to you? Well, buy my sack soak.
Sometimes, when it gets in your eye, what I'll do, I'll just put milk in a shot glass and just shot glass to my eye and just hold it there. But on the sack, you gotta submerge.
I guess that's a solution.
Yeah. What would you do if you got sauce in your eye?
I usually try to flush it with water, which I know is bad.
Why is that bad?
Because it actually just spreads it around.
Ah, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw some milk in your eye.
I feel like that would burn.
No, it's milk. It's gonna burn.
I don't know.
It's already burning. There's hot sauce in your eye.
You know what? At that point, you're right. And they do make pepper wash though. Like they make solutions for if you get pepper sprayed and shit. So So you can
That's
see
true,
it.
but like if you don't have that, they say to use milk. And I don't keep anti-pepper spray solution at my house.
We should probably get some.
Maybe. Episode 5, we're just gonna be pepper spraying each other, folks.
Did you hear about speaking of pepper spray? Did you hear about the cop in California that like stole $600,000 worth of medical leave?
I didn't. No.
Oh my god!
What did he?
So
he stole.
No! Woman cop. There's a lady cop.
How do you steal medical leave? Did you just like have a fake illness or something?
She basically said like, oh, faked an injury or like exaggerated an injury, and then she would just like take months worth of medical leave while still getting paid, and she was like running like 5Ks, like going on hikes, like going on vacation.
Yeah, good for her. Honestly, I support anybody who's defrauding money out of your local police department. So honestly,
Cheers to her. You're right. Fuck it.
Listen, the Congress will or local governments, they're never gonna defund the police, but it can happen if the police just defund it themselves.
I see what you're saying. See, you need to rebrand from defund the police to defraud the police.
Defraud the police.
Defraud the police. You're right. We got to take it down from the inside out.
If you're listening to this podcast, go to the police academy.
Yeah,
become a cop. Yeah. Learn to do those sound effects that the one guy in the Police Academy movie does. Do those sound effects. Fake a terrorist attack using those sound effects and say, "Oh, I can't come into work today, boss. Got terrorist attacked." And now you're just defrauding this organization. I don't know. There are certain, like, when there's an institution I dislike, I very much support anyone defrauding it. That's like, shout out Dennis Black, by the way.
That's valid.
Do you know Dennis Black?
No.
So when I was at UB, for like the first year I was there, Dennis Black was one of the 2 vice presidents of UB. And he defrauded the university out of millions of dollars.
Millions?
Maybe like $8 million or several hundred, but a large sum of money. And somehow he got away with it. He just like moved to South Carolina.
No jail time?
No, none at all.
Wow.
Shout out Dennis Black.
You know what though? Sometimes when if you steal enough money, people get so embarrassed that they won't even report it.
No, it was like news. It was
I know. I'm just saying in general that is a true phenomenon. If people lose, because like that happened in the Anna Delvey case, is that people didn't want to admit they were losing money, so she got away with it for way longer than she should have.
All right, so folks, if you're going to do financial fraud, make sure your victim has social anxiety.
Yeah, pretty much. No, rich people, their biggest fear is being embarrassed or not liked. That's it, because they can get anything else in the world that they want.
Yeah.
But you know what they can't? They can't buy. You can't buy. Well, I guess you can, but not fully, because Elon Musk is a prime example of this. You can't buy people's liking you type of deal. You can't get people to force them to like you. And a similar thing, it's like you can't force people to respect you as a person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not like you got to work at it. So, like, something embarrassing happens to you, could ruin your whole family.
It could.
Yeah. Happens to a lot of rich families. It's very funny. Oh man, we're gonna get doxxed by the RNC.
I don't think we're quite on their radar.
Not yet.
If anyone at the RNC sees this episode, I would be so shocked.
Dude, Mike Lindell's gonna report us to get back in his good graces. He's gonna report our podcast.
He's gonna break into my house and smother me with a MyPillow. Has a MyPillow ever been used in a political assassination?
Probably not.
You'd think that would have happened by now. I mean, he was a character in public facing.
Wait, you mean like just like a regular, just like straight up, just like let me put the pillow over your face?
How else would you kill someone with a pillow? Yeah, you can't hit him over the head with it. It's a pillow.
You
I mean,
can,
you can, but it's not going to do anything.
You gotta fill it with rocks, obviously.
Then it's no longer a pillow. Now it's just a bag of rocks. If you think that still qualifies as a pillow, I challenge you, Pat. Go upstairs to your room, take your pillow, fill that with rocks, and then go to sleep. Tell me how that's still a pillow.
Fair point. That's your point. I see why that doesn't work.
Fill it with rocks. Hey, what are we going to do to save the zoo? Why don't we flood it? Because now it's not a zoo anymore. That makes it an aquarium.
All right. Point taken.
I'm gonna
Point
start.
taken, John.
I'm gonna start referring to anywhere that has had flood damage as an aquarium.
Don't do that.
I think it would be fun to just go to, like, I don't know, wherever a hurricane hits. And you're like, oh, look at the Asheville Aquarium, everybody.
That is kind of a hilarious TikTok idea.
I like it.
That's actually kind of funny. That's like some Logan Paul shit, though. You might get canceled.
Oh no! What are they gonna stop booking me at local open mics? What are you gonna cancel me from?
That's a good point. I don't know. Also, I don't think, actually no, there's a couple. I would
On the
say,
do not sell list for chicken wings?
I would say most people who have been quote unquote canceled are doing just fine right now.
Like, Kevin Spacey just got, like, a Lifetime Achievement Award, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, they gave him some kind of award, like,
Jesus.
within the past few weeks.
Oh shit. You want to top off with ginger beer and
Okay.
fish? Alright. That's kind of crazy. I guess if you're gay, they let you do it.
I guess so.
Because, like, Cosby's still fucked.
Isn't? No, he's not dead. He's out of... Yeah, that's true. Cosby's out of jail. He's just living life. He's blind, but...
I'll find it. I dropped a bracelet. Yeah, no, he's like, his health is declining. I think he, like, tried to do a tour or something. And then, you know, I don't know if that ever happened, or if it did happen, and then it didn't get reported on, but, like, he, like, got out of jail and then was planning to do a comedy tour.
I do vaguely remember that.
Yeah. And I remember everyone being like, whoa, what the fuck? A Cosby tour? How is that even possible?
Yeah, something with... How did he get out of prison?
COVID.
No, it wasn't COVID. I think it was...
No, it was COVID.
No, it had something to do with, like, what is like... Something about part of a plea agreement wasn't properly honored. The lawyer was, like, able to make that as the argument.
I thought he was...
They, like, had to release him.
I thought he got released during that spree of people that got released where they're like, oh, we need to reduce the population in prison, so we're going to get rid of X, Y, like a bunch of high-profile celebrities got out during COVID.
It may have been around that time, but I distinctly remember there was, like, his lawyer had, like, made an argument about, like, a previous plea agreement that he had had that wasn't properly honored, and they just, like, had to let him out. Anyway, he'll be bartending at the Tudor Lounge, folks. If you like a Cosby cocktail, it will not be at the Tudor Lounge. I don't know why I'm just besmirching local businesses.
We hang out there. Why would you do that?
We do.
That's...
Edit it out. Bleep me.
I probably am going to bleep that. Oh my god. Have you watched episode 2 yet?
Not yet, no.
Okay. I had fun with the censoring. I did the slap noise.
The slap noise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, he'll actually be bartending at your local Applebee's.
That's more accurate. We used to call the Applebee's in North Buffalo Crapplebee's.
I like it. I like Applebee's.
It's alright. I think Chili's is better.
For sure. Chili's a massive step up from an Applebee's. When we're talking, you know, trash restaurants, the Fridays, the Applebee's, the Chili's, Outback. Chili's for sure, top tier of that type of restaurant. What do you call that? Because it's not fast casual, because that's like what Chipotle is. Casual dining?
It's like chain sit down.
Yeah, of that type, I think Chili's is probably the unparalleled winner. Though I will still never forgive them for getting rid of, I can't even remember what it was called, but some sort of southwestern quesadilla.
I like Fridays a lot too.
Fridays is good too. They always have the half price apps. I would go there a lot in high school. There's not many of them left though, right? Like, there's not one here anymore.
A lot left.
There was one by the mall, but that hasn't been open in years.
Oh my god, the suicide is starting to get to me. Holy shit. My tongue is on fire.
That's why they call it that.
Whew. Well, I think I'm making good progress on these wings. How many you got left?
Including the one in my hand, 6.
Okay, I think I'm ahead of you. By like one wing. I will say though, I don't think I've ever. Oh shit! I forgot to bring a water in here. It's fine.
There's water in the mule. Like technically, that's one of the ingredients in ginger beer.
I was gonna say, by the most technicality of technicalities, on the fact that there's ginger beer and there's ice in it.
Exactly, there's ice in this. There's water in most liquids.
I know. Sometimes I need the...
Almost every edible liquid.
I like having something I can chug when I have something spicy. I like a good...
the mule.
I like a good cold chug. No, because then we're gonna get... I will say...
Just chug straight tequila, Cat.
No. Here's what I was about to say. I don't want to ever get... Maybe unless like an anniversary. I'm not getting drunk on the podcast. I will drink on the podcast, but I don't think we should ever get hammered in an episode.
I'll dox you again for sure. It's too funny not to.
I'm telling you, if we ever get hammered during an episode, it's gotta be a Patreon only episode. I'm not editing that shit.
It probably wouldn't make for great content.
No,
if we're just not able to form sentences.
Would just be us yelling back and forth, being like, "Oh my!"
We'll watch it back like this is horrific. Is that what it looked like?
Yeah. Speaking of which,
oh my god, I need to change.
That's the catalyst for us to get sober. Fuck, I dropped my wing in the thing. Oh shit. Oh fuck, laughing.
Or you ever like interact with just like a completely and totally hammered guy? You're like, oh my god, this is like I won't name them, but a comic at Good Bar last week was just hammered, out of his mind hammered.
Or like give him a shot of what's like a mixer you can give a shot of that makes it taste like it. Give him a shot of sour mix.
I guess so. Water with bitters.
Oh god, my stomach is fucked right now. I actually think I need Tums, and I don't have any. I should have gotten Tums. I actually might not finish these.
Quitter.
Which is I already had extremely hot wings earlier today. This is my second time having hot wings today.
Never, you can never have too much of a good thing. That's what they say, right?
That's what they say.
That's not what they say.
They say that you can have too much of a good thing.
Well, I'm not in that camp.
Well,
I'm in the take everything to a point of excess camp.
Oh, me too.
It's fun.
Yeah, I can take things to the extreme.
Burn a hole in your guts.
Yeah, we are both gonna get ulcers filming this podcast.
My stepdad says that to me all the time. He's said it my entire life. Granted, I've accused him of being allergic to flavor, but he says I'm going to burn a hole in my stomach. I haven't yet. And if I do burn a hole, I'll plug it with a wing.
Knock on wood, but me either. Your cats are nice, right?
Yeah, they're great.
What's it like to have nice cats?
It's cool. Yeah, enjoyable. My old cat, I used to have a different cat before this when I was living with an ex that she wound up keeping. But the first cat I ever had was just an absolute menace. Like he would sometimes he'll jump up onto your lap, and then you start petting him, and then he'll bite you when you start petting him.
Yeah, Jinx does that. Yep.
He only ever did this once, but one time my sister came to visit. And, he would only ever bite you, like, if you were, like, petting him, and he's like, all right, now I'm sick of this.
Yeah.
But in one case, my sister came to visit. She sat down on the couch. He raced across the house, jumped up on the couch, walked out, and just bit her, completely unprompted.
He heard her voice and was like, I'm gonna go fuck this bitch up today.
Fuck that bitch up.
I kind of love that. No, because my cat, my ankles, my lower legs are all scarred and marked up from her just biting me.
He does like licking my legs and feet when I get out of the shower.
I was gonna say,
it's like his favorite thing.
If I get out of the shower, sometimes I'll go upstairs and she'll just start like licking and biting my legs / ankles. And then if I pull away too hard, she thinks they're playing, and then she chases me and then bites harder.
That was actually a method of torture. They didn't do it with cats; they did it with goats. But
really?
Yeah, what they would do is they tie people up, dip them in something like, I don't know, something that goats like, and then just let goats lick your legs for like hours and hours. And apparently goats have the same like rough tongue. So eventually it just starts like
bleeding.
It just sands the skin off of sands the flesh off of your bones.
That is awful.
Yeah, does not sound fun.
We shouldn't torture anyone.
No.
I think torture is wrong.
What a bold and controversial stance.
Thank you. I know I'm being brave right now by saying this, but I think torture and cruel and unusual punishment is wrong.
Yeah.
Never mind.
In other news, Kanye West has given up anti-Semitism. Did you hear?
After him and his choir went to the Hollywood block. Did you see that?
I did, yes. So they're outside
singing the song. Yeah.
God, how bad is your financial situation to have to take that job of being in the Heil Hitler choir? Because none of the people, they don't seem like true believers. They're like, yeah, it's a check. And I'm like, how badly do you have to be doing that is the only gig you can land? Singing Heil Hitler on the street.
One of the guys in the video, when there's like a camera going around, like you can see he stopped singing. He's like, I'm not gonna get caught up in this.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Because none of them were wearing masks, and like also apparently they were around Diddy's star.
Were they really?
Yes,
I did not know that.
That was a big detail. They were around Diddy.
Christ.
He was there to show support for P. Diddy.
But the reason Kanye West, quote unquote, has given up anti-Semitism was because he had a 3-minute phone call with one of his kids.
Which kid?
I don't know. I'm gonna guess North. Complete guess, but...
See, hold on.
And the reason I'm guessing North is because that's the only one whose name I know.
Yeah, all right. I'm not going to go in the rabbit hole trying to look this up because I don't want that in my phone.
Also, I don't believe him that he's given it up.
No! Last time he said he gave it up, it was because he saw
met
Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
21 Jump. Like, what the fuck was that? You're just completely living off vibes. Rich... What a fucking timeline. If you had told me, like, how many years is what? Like, probably like 16 years now? Because I was like, 2008? How old was I when Graduation came out?
I'm not sure what year that was.
I think it was like 2006, 2008.
I'll take your word for it.
So, yeah. Wow. Insane. I just... Why can't one celebrity be normal? You know what I mean? Like, why isn't there there's not a single normal celebrity?
I think... Ooh, that one hit me.
Some of them are spicier than others, I swear.
Oh, for sure, yeah, the saucing is not not quite evenly distributed.
No, I feel like the first time I
That
had...
was the first one that, like, that got to me.
Yeah, no, I had one a couple of times, or a couple of wings ago that, like, got me. I feel like the first time we had these was the best I've ever had them. And I've never had that same, like... Because, like, the first time we got them, they were sauced up. Because, like, I think what happened, we went in, and we were talking a big game about how, like, oh, this isn't going to even do... Like, you know...
Well, there was a guy who came up to us after. He's like, I was on my way out, but I needed to stay and watch you guys when I saw you order the suicides.
Yeah.
And he, like, commended us.
Yeah. Yeah, we're heroes. We're troops.
Yeah, you think your grandpa, who served in World War II and defeated the Nazis, was a hero? No, I'm a hero because I can eat wings well.
Yeah. You see this wing right here? This wing would have killed your pussy-ass grandfather, alright?
He stormed the beaches. I'm storming my colon on a regular basis.
Jesus Christ. This is the kind of shit that goes on the Patreon. I might leave it in. That's actually... I think I'm gonna let it ride. You know why? Because the troops don't like me anyways, so fuck them.
Unless, if it's a troop that can eat spicy wings, then I guess that by definition they might be more heroic than I am.
I would think so. That's very true. I love the fact that Americans brought fried chicken to Korea.
Oh yeah, it's huge there.
They fucking love fried chicken over there, dog. It's crazy.
They're like serving at baseball games, and
Yeah.
you just get a bucket, you get to throw the bones.
Yeah. It's great. I was gonna say they're a lovely country, but then I just remember they literally just had a coup.
Yeah, but it was like...
Sorry, attempted coup.
Yeah, like the president declared martial law, but they arrested him though.
Yeah,
they worked it out.
Yeah,
They're
but
fine.
he's currently running for re-election. Oh, right. I think I explained this to you in person. We didn't talk about...
Oh, yeah, you said something about cookies or music.
Yes. So, basically, that guy that got ousted is trying to rerun again for, he's basically doing press events and trying to persuade people by bringing these cookies that are apparently so good that I was listening to another podcast, and somebody called in about it, and basically they said that this cookie was so good that they considered being like, fuck it.
What?
Let him run again.
Is she the only one with access to these cookies? Like,
Let's
say he doesn't get elected. Does he control the supply of these cookies and people can't get them unless he's in office? Or is he just, like...
I think he's
got, making them? Is it a family recipe?
I was gonna say, I think it's his family, so he's got, like, a familial tie to these cookies. And he's basically using them to bribe people.
Now, when you say, though, it's his family, do they have a cookie company? Or is it just
so.
like his grandma? He's got his grandma
I think
just
they
slaving away in her kitchen.
I think it's basically like they have a company and they're basically releasing a limited edition grandma's whatever type of recipe.
Yeah, but you don't need to vote for him to get them. Like, I don't know.
No. He's only releasing them to influence people to vote for him. To be like, I'm sorry, here's a good cookie. Vote for me. Forget about the coup. Here's the cookie. He said basically be like cookies for everybody if you re-elect me. That's his promise. And
That's kind of crazy. Like,
yeah.
I would kind of assume that, like, if there's a nation that can be bought off so cheaply, just with cookies, I would expect that to be the U.S. Like, that seems... like, that seems like it's something
it does seem
that
like a
would
very...
have happened here.
Yes.
Like,
no, that does seem like a very USA news story.
Like, that you could just be bought off that cheaply.
Yeah,
Like,
the cookie.
man, he did imprison my grandfather and cut my medical care, but goddamn, does he have a good chocolate chip. Like,
yeah. Cookies can defeat controversy, apparently.
what, am I gonna let Kamala win and have to eat oatmeal raisin for the rest of my life?
Never! Not in my America.
That's what they don't want you to know, folks. Kamala only was going to allow oatmeal raisin cookies, alright?
Some communist bullshit right
That's
there.
why we needed to vote in fascism, alright? Oatmeal raisin cookies are worse than fascism.
So,
Raisins don't belong in cookies, alright? It might be a controversial political opinion, but raisins have no place in pastries.
That's such a hard stand. Could you... Anyway, so the opposition party... his opposition is essentially trying to connect to young voters by making K-pop videos, being like... reminding basically they're doing their political talking points, but in the form of K-pop videos. So they're being like, this guy did this thing, blah blah blah. We're gonna do this thing, clap, clap, clap.
And then they hit it with a hey, sexy ladies.
Oh,
on fascist style. I don't know. I don't know much about the Korean political.
Open fascist style. I mean, maybe. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know.
These wings are very good, though.
Wings are delicious. Can I eat mint?
Yeah, it's a leaf.
Okay.
I mean, it'll just taste minty.
Well, some of it got
It serves like as more of a garnish.
No, I know.
Yeah, it's mint.
Some of it got in my mouth, so I wasn't sure if I could...
Yeah, you're fine.
Alright, well, it's in my mouth.
Like, general rule. If you purchased it at a grocery store, you can probably eat it.
If it's a food item...
What do you think? It's mint! It's labeled as organic! Do you think that's not a food item?
Yeah, but, like, you're not supposed to eat certain leaves and stuff like that. Like you said, some stuff is just strictly garnish. So I wasn't sure if it was strictly garnish or if I could eat it.
What's a leaf you can't eat?
You can't. You're not really.
There's lots of berries
You're not supposed to eat bay leaves.
Why not?
I don't know. I think they're mildly toxic.
Are they?
Yeah.
They're good, like, because people will put them into things.
Yeah, and then they take. You're supposed to
And
take
like,
them out.
I won't eat it just because I'm like, oh, it's just a gross leaf.
Yeah, no,
but, like,
it is.
I didn't realize it was dangerous.
Yeah, it's mildly toxic. You're not supposed to eat it.
You're toxic. I'm slipping under.
I don't know music. I don't know music.
Britney Spears.
Oh, Britney. I know that song.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Whatever. You don't know what I know.
You know what, Kat? You've been to school for a year or two, so you know you've seen it all. Callback. That's also Holiday in Cambodia.
Is that a song?
Yeah, it's by the Dead Kennedys. Good song.
What a name.
Mm-hmm.
Are they? Do they make the name? Are they named after the literal Dead Kennedys?
Wait, it's not a coincidence.
Why? Well, is there a Kennedy in the band?
No.
The family didn't care?
What are they gonna do? They're dead.
I'm not gonna lie. I would have made them change their name. I wouldn't have let them use that name.
You can't name your band after my dead father and uncle. It's disrespectful. Well, excuse me while I tan my ballsack.
Now watch this drive.
I think Watch This Drive might have been the peak of America. I think just before the invasion. I think just before the invasion of Iraq. I think that might have been the peak time of America. So I think Watch This Drive. I'm not saying that caused the downfall, but that was the top of the bell curve. I think. Defeat this terrorist scum. Now watch this drive.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever getting back there.
No. Crazy how much Trump golfs, but he'll never. He'll golf publicly. You can see him swing.
He has a terrible swing.
Yeah, it's a weird looking swing.
It's an awful swing. He like puts his whole little fucking rotund body into it. It looks like he's gonna topple over.
He's got a fat guy swing though, and
Yeah.
like it's people. You see a lot of real weird. When you're that body shape, you kind of have to have a weird swing.
Well, yeah.
Like my uncle had a bit of a weird swing. He's dead now, but
Rest in peace, Uncle Barry?
Craig.
Craig.
No, Uncle Barry is very much alive. Anyway, one time my Uncle Craig, he was on a golf course, and a man called him the snake chopper. Because he described his swing as looking like he was killing a snake with an axe. Just like a kind of a...
Yep, okay.
It was on the green like, alright. On you, snake chopper.
Yo, that's great.
R.I.P. Uncle Snake Chopper.
What a nickname.
It was just like some random guy, too. It wasn't like a friend of... It was just like a guy they had gotten paired up with.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how much you know about golf, but a lot of times you'll wind up playing with a stranger. Because the course, for efficiency, they generally want, groups of 4. So if you show up by yourself, they'll generally put you with like a group of 3 people that came, Or if you have came with another person, they'll put you with another 2. So,
okay.
You wind up playing with randos a lot of the time, unless you have, a group of 4.
Do people ever play on teams?
I mean, so it's like, in a sense, where it's like, this is the Ryder Cup, where that's like the U.S. versus Europe. And so it's kind of teams there, but I mean...
I meant like locally.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's like outings and stuff where it's like, you go out as a group of 4, and you're like competing against all the other groups of 4.
Okay.
Whoever has the lowest score collectively as a group. And there's different ways of doing that, too. Like, a fun way is a scramble, where basically, what it is all 4 people take a shot from the tee box, and then whoever had the best shot, everyone else picks up their ball, and then the whole group plays from there. So you're playing. So in that case, you just have one score for the whole team, and it's just based on. You can call it best ball or a scramble. So, like, if one guy's got a great drive, they'll wind up using most of their drives, and then another guy's good at putting, and, can go with their putts. It's a fun way to do it. Generally, it's for, like, outings and stuff, where they'll do that, where it's like, this is actually a fundraiser for whatever, but... So, yeah, there's ways of doing team golf.
Sorry, this one's getting me. It's the last one, too. Holy shit. Oh, fuck.
That's the last one, but your mom's a fast one.
The forever quick-witted. Sean Lutz, everybody. Also, I've noticed that little stutter thing that happens over here. It does actually happen in the playback. I'm wondering if that's like a frame rate issue or something.
Maybe. I'm talking too fast. Camera can't keep up with us.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm dying right now. That last one took me out.
It's fucked up.
I might not even finish this last one.
Lick some of the sauce.
Shut up. Oh, God.
This is a reverse of episode 1. Jade's Hot Chicken took me out.
Yeah.
You handled that better, but I'm kicking your ass right now.
God, yeah, I don't know.
my hero, folks.
He's proud to be an American. Or at least he didn't finish. Oh, wow. That last one had it in it. Whew. Breathe in. Breathe out.
That's generally the order.
Don't
Stop
you
believing. Oh.
make fun of me.
Now I'm gonna keep making fun of you. It's very fun.
You know what I was doing there?
No.
You remember Milk in the Middle?
How do I not remember that episode? Was it? I'm
No,
assuming it was the kid in the wheelchair.
Yeah, it's Stevie. That's not. That's not. I don't know if that's a direct quote of anything he's ever said. I was just doing the voice
Ah, okay.
because I felt like I was doing that a lot.
Yeah, it's killing you.
Yeah, actively. I don't even. Fuck. Whew. You got.
I got 3 left.
God damn it. I don't even want to eat this one. I'm so full.
Is that a Cajun or is that a suicide?
It's a Cajun.
Nah. I was hoping it was a suicide. I don't know if I could take it from you.
I know. I'm
loving
it. Me too. The suicide's great.
Oh yeah, clearly. You look like you're really enjoying yourself right
Yeah,
now. On the brink of death.
That's because I finished mine. All of my suicides are gone.
So are mine. Oh wait, no, I got 2 left.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Punk ass. This guy over here. He thinks he can outspice me.
I can.
The Caribbean.
I think it's pronounced Caribbean.
Yeah, if you're white.
I only pronounce it Caribbean if I'm referring to the movie.
I was gonna say Pirates of the Caribbean. I was gonna say, yeah, if you're
Otherwise,
white.
I would say Caribbean.
Yeah, it is Caribbean.
I just like incorrecting people. It's very fun.
Speaking of which, we went to Darien Lake today, and I don't know if... I'm not going to say they're all related, because they're probably not. But I don't know if they all go to school together or whatnot. There was so many Caribbean accents.
What?
Yes. It's like not just one. I heard like multiple countries. So, shout out to them. They're running their park based off of immigrant labor.
Yeah, one to them. What?
I'll allow it.
Yeah, it's allowed, isn't it?
Well done!
Yeah, wagwan. I might convert. You think I should become Jamaican?
Oh, Chet Hanks. Shut up. There's a white guy that already tried this and we hate him.
What you hate about me becoming a Jamaican?
It's racist.
I like to do voices. They're fun.
Hey, listen. One of the only accents you can do that's never racist is an Italian accent.
Hey,
Never
whoa,
racist.
whoa, I'm greasy over here.
We can't. This is the second episode in a row because it wasn't. We called.
Like, if I do an RFK voice, is that offensive to heroin addicts?
God damn it! We said this.
Am I offending people who have destroyed their larynx with drugs when I do my RFK impression?
Wait, he did that. That was drugs. I thought it was cigarettes.
No, I'm pretty sure it was like hard drug related.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. How does that even happen from shooting up?
Yeah, I don't know.
He must have been hitting the pipe.
Probably.
That sounds like a pipe thing. He also does love to swim in sewage, so who knows?
He does. He swims in shit.
Mister, don't take health. Oh shit! Oh my god! So this feels safe enough to talk about.
What if RFK was Jamaican? One!
Stop doing the accent, you fucker!
Let's get together and feel alright, man!
Y'all, listen. What? He drives me places. I don't know. I don't know what you want from. Like, I can't. He drives.
I'm driving you to Jamaica!
I swear he's not always like this. I swear this is just a rare occurrence, you guys. Listen to me. He's not always like this. I swear.
It's fun to do voices.
He's always like this. I swear. God damn. Fuck! I lost my train of thought.
What if RFK was Jamaican?
Okay.
Something about... It's got to be crack pipe related, about RFK's voice.
Crack pipe related. Fuck. God damn, you made me I lost it. Fuck. Hold on. Let me see if I can remember it. I remember.
You can find it in this crack rock.
Fuck you, before I forget it. Actually, no. Hold on. Let's finish this crack rock thing real quick. Because me and Chris were watching, a show about the border yesterday, and the amount
border?
it was just like just border in general. It was both Mexico and Canada.
Okay.
But a lot of the episodes, actually no, it was a good mix of both, honestly. But my favorite thing about this show is finding out how many people get like pulled over and questioned and like detained over food items.
Oh yeah, that's a big thing. You're
Yeah.
like, you can't take most types of food
No.
across international
It's like no
borders.
food. There's like almost no foods you can bring with you anywhere if you're traveling. It's crazy.
Well, a lot of it has to do with like they don't want invasive species.
Yes.
So-
yeah. I watched a lady.
But it does make sense. Like,
Yeah.
it's annoying.
No.
I get it, but it makes sense as to why they do that.
It was very jarring to be sitting there being like, because they treat it so serious, and this lady they have all this training from anywhere from like trying to find narcotics to just being like, I gotta pick caterpillars out of garbanzo beans like that. Like, it's like you don't know if you're gonna be dealing with drug trafficking or undeclared fish heads like
Hey,
that.
you know what the difference between a
It's
garbanzo?
crazy.
Do you know the difference between a garbanzo bean and a chickpea?
You wouldn't pay a garbanzo bean to pee on your face.
All the pieces are there. It's,
Whatever.
you wouldn't pay $50 to have a garbanzo bean on your face.
There you go. But yeah, it was very funny just see that. But then there was where was I going with this? Oh, I want
Jamaica.
Oh, the crack pipe thing. So a guy got caught using he was trying to sneak a light bulb in his pants that he was using as a crack pipe. So there was like an opening in the bottom, and so you normally where it like would screw in, that part was open, and so he would put the rocks inside and heat up the light bulb and smoke it out of the light bulb.
Honestly, that's some genius crackhead engineering. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I gotta respect his ingenuity there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen like other crack pipes and stuff before, but like that in particular, I was genuinely impressed.
Yeah, props to him. I like to imagine, like, when he's not using it, does he just screw it back in? And, like...
I don't even know if it's a functioning light bulb like that, because it looked like it was hollowed out. Like, it looked like he took the filaments out and
It would
then
be
like
great if he could just, like, heat up the crack inside just by screwing in the light bulb.
and then unscrews it and just...
He's got an electrically powered crack pipe.
Crack vapes!
Call up my friend at the patent office. I think I'm on to something here.
I was gonna say, hold on, let's invent
We're
a
not putting this episode out. No one can know about this.
We gotta shut it down. Crack pipe vapes. That's fucking hilarious. I mean, they got DMT vapes. Fuck it. Let's make
Sure.
crack vapes. Wait. We gotta work for the CAA.
Before I quit vaping, there was a vape shop I would always go to that would sell crack pipes.
Listen, they know their audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. They know their audience. But yeah, I wanted to talk about, so Trump recently signed...
Shout out Oasis in Cheektowaga.
Did you see the big beautiful bill?
I heard about it. Big Medicaid and Medicare
Yeah,
cuts.
yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
So one of the things they're cutting is they're cutting all of Medicaid and Medicare services for any trans surgeries of any kind.
You got it in under the wire.
I literally I was like, wow, that's crazy, because I already got this whole pussy. So
They're gonna take it back.
what are you gonna do? Put my dick back on? I don't think you can.
They're taking it out of the jar. Pat. Coming at you with a hot glue gun. You discarded penis.
They're gonna it's a crazy because like, imagine if I had just waited a few more years because I wanted to do XYZ thing or whatever, and then all of a sudden, bam, no more pussy.
I mean, you're a Canadian, so you probably theoretically could have gone over the border.
Yeah, but then I would have had to
right?
get like medical insurance in Canada. I don't have Canadian insurance.
Don't they just have like universal like?
And it's shitty.
Uh,
You had to be on a wait list for years. Also, the doctors might not be as good.
and then they'll
Yeah.
probably get syrup in there too. Like, you'd have a real sticky box if you had it done in Canada.
Who's to say it's not sticky every day? I leak. I'm keeping that in.
I just like to imagine a Canadian just like lube it up with maple syrup.
Oh, gross.
That's what they do up there, Kat.
No, they don't.
They do.
Never. I would never. I don't. I gotta eat some of this wing. Took like 2 bites, call it a day. Like a champion. I hate drums.
Yeah, the flats are way better. We should have splurged and gone all flats.
We should have. There's just too much meat. You know?
Well, it's like it's a lot of it's not meat on the drums. There's always like this cartilage and just like it's not that it's too much meat. It's too much of the nonsense. So you wanted to redraw the U.S. borders, right?
We're washing our hands first. Because I'm not going to fuck around with one hand and do this. I'll
Wash my hands of this conversation. I wash my hands of it.
Get in the shower.
You better wash your hands of that.
I'm going to cut it out.
Nah, leave it in.
No!
Which is what your mom said to me last night.
That was a perfect comeback.
I know.
How you doing drink-wise?
Most of the way done.
Okay. Alright. We're gonna go wash our hands. I'll be right back.
Alright, you want to...
Perfect.
Right, we're back. I have found a hat.
Yes, Rebel has made his way into the room. We refilled our drinks, and I decided we're gonna play a fun game this episode.
Cat wants to redraw the borders of the United States.
Yes, because I think the solution to our current problems as a country can be solved by just dividing the country up like Europe. I think if we divide America up the way Europe is divided up, problem solved. Because we have too many people with too many differing opinions, all living in the same space, trying to have one government, and it's not working, you guys.
So what you're saying is we need like, instead of 50 states, we should have like 130?
Wait, how would we gain more?
They're just gonna subdivide all the states.
Oh, no. So, you know how, like,
I'm a proud citizen of the Republic of Western New York.
I see what you're saying. So, do you know how the EU is set up? So, it's like the EU, and then, for example, like, England and whatever other countries are not included in the EU?
Yeah, I mean, since Brexit.
Yeah, but yes. Like, essentially, my proposal is we create an EU-style, like, North American government, but with like different, so like we all are like, we have like one sort of like united continental government, but then we also have our own local like country governments.
Right, so we can call the big one at the top, we can call that the federal government. And then the other ones, we can call these smaller, quasi-nations, we can call those states. And, the states will run semi-independently and under the umbrella of the federal government. They can handle things like interstate commerce.
Yes. Yeah. But what I'm proposing is that, for example, you see, let's say, we'll put, like, Louisiana to, let's see, Louisiana, Arkansas, like, but you know what? How about we do like?
I think Louisiana should. I can see Louisiana being its own country.
No, because like currently what I'm thinking is like, so Utah is its own country, but we sort of do like Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma maybe is like its own thing, and then like this section could be its own thing, and then like Pennsylvania to like Maine should be its own country.
Call it pain.
Yeah.
I do feel like, though, Louisiana could be its own name. Like, I've never been there, but, like, from videos I've seen of it, it seems like the only place in the U.S. that almost, like, has a vibe of, like, it's a foreign country. I don't know. Something about those, like, balconies that...
It's because it was originally a French territory. But, yeah. So, for example, the reason why I'm putting Utah as its own separate entity state, like Luxembourg type of deal, is because that's where Mormons live.
The Democratic Mormon Republic.
Yes, it's the Democratic Mormon Republic of Utah.
Okay.
Because...
Who do we put in charge? Oh, by the way, speaking of Mormons, I think this podcast was cursed. I remember last week on the episode, I gave a shout out to the YouTube channel Outdoor Boys. Mm-hmm. Literally the next day, he announced his retirement from YouTube.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's entirely your fault.
But no, okay, so who is going to be the president of the Democratic Republic of Mormonism? Luke, I think, is a good contender. I do like that guy.
Luke who?
Luke from Outdoor Boys.
Oh, what about Post Malone?
Is he a Mormon?
I don't know if he's a Mormon, but he lives in Utah.
I feel like the leader of
the
Mormon Republic. We got. It could be Andy Reid. Andy Reid could do it.
Have you seen The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?
I haven't.
Taylor could do it.
Who's Taylor?
She's like the main person in Mom Talk.
Mom Talk's on Long Island.
No, Mom Talk.
Oh, Mom Talk.
Yeah, sorry, I don't enunciate well.
I thought you said Mom Talk.
No, I know. Not Mom Talk Bay. I'm talking about Mom Talk. Basically, they're a bunch of trad wives. It's you know the show.
I'd love it if they discovered a Montauk monster, like they did the Montauk monster.
You know, like Basketball Wives and shit like that.
Yes,
it's like that.
It's
like the Real Housewives of Mormonism, basically.
I just think if there's is it a show or a podcast? Mom
it's a
Talk?
Show. No. Mom Talk is not a show. Mom Talk is their group. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is the show about the people in Mom Talk who live in Utah who are Mormons.
Okay. All I'm saying is there should be a Mom Talk monster, like the Montauk monster.
Is that the killer?
No. The Montauk monster was just I don't know if they know exactly what it is, but it was just this corpse of just this creature that they found that was like a half dog. Some people think it was like a decomposed coyote. There are a lot of theories as to what this thing that they found just washed up on a beach in Montauk. But there are a lot of conspiracies surrounding it. Because just off of the coast of Montauk is... what's it called? Something Island.
Okay.
What's it? Plum Island.
Okay.
Plum Island is a research facility that the government claims is used to research, like, very dangerous and infectious diseases. Hence why it's, like, on an island. So, like, there's no risk of, even if it gets out, it's
in the ocean?
Exactly. But, with it being...
on the air.
Anyway, though, with it being so secretive, they're like, what else are they up to? Are they making these weird... In fact, fun fact... Plum Island is what the show Stranger Things is like loosely based off of, and the experiments that they're doing there. So there have been untold conspiracies about Plum Island, and a lot of people think like whatever this thing was, it was like created in this lab.
They're making cryptids.
Plum Island.
They think they're manufacturing cryptids.
And then other people are just like, it's literally just like a half decomposed coyote. Like there are a lot of theories, but anyway, there should be a Mom Talk monster. And it would just,
I mean, there technically is several. You should watch the show. It's very... Well, actually, no. If you don't like drama bullshit, you're not going to like it. But I like reality TV bull. Like, I like watching people argue on camera.
Okay.
It's very entertaining to me. So, yeah. I'm going to say Taylor gets to be woman president of Utah. So...
Would Mormons accept a woman president, though?
Good point. Probably not.
I don't know.
No. You know what? Her husband.
I think it should... let's give it to Andy Reid.
I don't know who that is.
Andy Reid is the coach of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh.
And I think if we made him president of a nation, he would stop coaching the Chiefs, and maybe the Bills can finally get a fucking Super Bowl. So for selfish reasons, I want to install Andy Reid as the dictator of Utah.
He's a Mormon?
He is.
Oh.
He actually converted to Mormonism.
Well, then perfect. I'm fine with that. I could take a Super Bowl win.
All right, so we're putting Andy Reid in charge of Utah.
Is this a splinter? What the fuck? Whatever.
The leader of Louisiana, No.
I'm not saying all 50 states become their own nation.
Yeah, but these two should.
Oh, you're saying these two in particular.
Louisiana should also become its own
You
nation.
think so?
Yes, and we should put Ralph the Baker in charge.
You wouldn't put Louisiana in the same nation as Texas?
If
Or like
anything-
Mississippi?
If anything, I'd lump together like Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Alabama. I could do that. I think they could be their own place. Maybe
Okay.
throw Tennessee in there.
No, I think you do Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, and North Carolina.
Oh, so you're reuniting the two Virginias?
Yes.
I think
we should have one big, beautiful Virginia.
I think we should have more Virginias. I think we should have an East Virginia. We need North Virginia. We need South Virginia. And then we should also subdivide West Virginia. So we're going to have East-West Virginia. We're going to have West-West Virginia. We're going to have Southwest Virginia. And we're going to have Northwest Virginia. All right, we're going to have so many Virginias. You're going to be tired of all the Virginias. You're going to have a South Virginian passport. It's going to be great.
South Virginia! So Virginia. Okay, yeah, I can see it.
Virginia.
Ooh, you know what? So I would say Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota for sure go together. Anybody else would you include in that? Because I feel like you kind of almost do.
Wait, hold on. Minnesota and what are the other two you said?
Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan. Like this three stretch, I think.
I
should
think
be
Michigan's another one that should be split up. I don't like that Michigan is a non-contiguous state.
Okay.
And I think the Upper Peninsula should join Wisconsin.
I can see that.
I don't like that half of Michigan is just a hat on Wisconsin.
Well, that's what happens when you have three different European nations claiming ownership of an entire nation.
Fair. Or do we just do one Great Lakes nation where we do...
Oh, Great Lakes nation! I like that.
Minnesota,
Yeah,
Wisconsin, Michigan,
New York,
Pennsylvania, and Ohio, and
Yeah.
also Toronto.
Yes.
And their national anthem should be the Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Okay.
Superior,
Wait, Chicago's in Illinois, right?
Correct.
What are we doing with Illinois, Indiana, Ohio? Like, what goes on here? Like, with this belt?
I mean, they could be part of the Great Lakes Republic.
No, because... So, these ones could, but, like... Does Iowa get lumped in with, like, I guess, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri?
Iowa will be turned into a massive landfill for all the other independent nations.
I actually kind of love that.
What goes on in Iowa? I have never once heard of anything interesting happening
it's
there.
part of the Dust Bowl. Actually, all of the corn comes from there. I just realized we can't get rid of Iowa. That's where the corn comes from.
I thought about it. I'm like, I don't know. I've never met someone from Iowa. I don't think I even know anyone who's been there.
See, this is why I didn't want him in here. He walks in front of the camera.
Whatever. We'll see some fur.
Yeah, no, Iowa is like the corn basket of America, which means we wouldn't have things like Coca-Cola if not for Iowa.
Isn't Coca-Cola? They're
No, high fructose corn syrup. They grow the corn that makes high fructose corn.
You know what? In the impending Civil War, we're gonna force Coca-Cola to go back to sugarcane.
And add the cocaine back in.
That's
while
true.
we're at it.
We're having Mexican
you know
Coke
what?
in the
You know
U.S.,
what?
folks.
I'm gonna run for president, and I'm gonna run on the idea of bringing back original Coke
President
because we
of where?
deserve it. The Great Lakes region.
Okay, so you're gonna be the president of the what do we call this Great Lakes nation?
The Iroquois nation.
How about just Edmund Fitzgeraldistan?
No.
Why not?
Because we should name it after the Native Americans whose land it actually is.
I think we should name it after the 29 dead sailors.
No, fuck them. They should have respected those waters, all right? You know why you're never going to catch me slacking in water? Because I respect water.
But I would be in favor of changing the name of Lake Superior back to Gitchagumi.
Yeah, I like that name.
Yeah.
Gitchagumi Lake.
No, just Gitchagumi. The big lake they call Gitchagumi.
So, what about... Okay. So then that leaves, like, do we do, like, Newfoundland, Maine, down to, like, this area? Like, where does New Jersey, like, what happens in New Jersey, like, what happens here?
You don't ever ask me what happens in fucking New Jersey! Was it? Never mind.
Yeah, I don't, what? Is that a meme?
No, I was just being Tony Soprano.
Oh, I've never watched The Sopranos.
That is insane to me. You need to watch The Sopranos.
No, because I like the fact that I never, see, this is what I'm talking
Have some
about.
gabagool.
I should put the gate back up so he doesn't try to kick the door down. That's fine.
If he kicks the door down, he's earned it and he can be in here.
Fair enough. What were we talking about? Oh, New Jersey area. Yeah, so, like, there's a lot of small states kind of just sitting around here type of deal. So, like, what do we do with these little tiny guys and then going up? Because, like, New York City is, like, in between here. So it's like, do we make New Jersey part of New York? Or, like, how does that... Because if we make New Jersey part of New York, all of these states and then, like, Newfoundland become one thing, and then you could just add, like, this to the Virginias.
Does New England just become its own state? Or its own nation?
Well, isn't New England like Rhode Island?
Yeah, it's basically everything east of New York.
Massachusetts. But what about New Hampshire, Vermont?
Yeah, that's New England.
That counts?
For sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Then what's Maine? Also New England?
Yeah, it's Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and Rhode Island. Maybe Connecticut.
Oh, so it's not the original 13 colonies, just the ones where they first settled up here.
Now, are you trying to say Georgia is New England?
Nigga, I didn't know what the fuck New England was. I didn't know what that meant. I thought it was the original. Okay.
No, New England are like the states east of New York.
Yeah, so that means that's the ones that they settled in first.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, initially, New England.
Yeah, no, but wasn't the first colony that was Virginia? They settled in Roanoke, and then they all disappeared.
No, remember, like, the Dutch, like, showed up at Plymouth Rock and wherever that is?
Well, no, the Plymouth Rock, those were the Puritans that were from England.
Yeah.
But prior to Plymouth Rock, I believe there was the colony of Roanoke, which is in Virginia. And the thing about that
So is Virginia New England or
no,
not?
Virginia is not New England.
What the fuck?
Virginia's Virginia.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait.
So
Are we
this is
talking,
still allegedly
are we
New
talking
England.
South Virginia? Are we talking North Virginia?
All
Are we
of the
talking
Virginia-
North, South, East Virginia?
Let me tell you about our big, beautiful Virginias, folks. Okay, so New England...
You know what?
Yeah,
I think
agree.
Virginia should be subdivided to the point that every house is its own independent state.
No,
we're gonna have like
against Virginia?
North, South, West, East, South, 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 West Virginia.
Why are you fucking up Virginia right now? What did Virginia do to you,
We
Sean?
are gonna have thousands of Virginias.
Sean, why are you fucking up Virginia?
I don't know.
yeah, this seems personal.
It
What the
just
fuck
seems
happened to
it
Virginia?
seems funny. There's already 2 of them. What if there were 1,000?
That seems like so far in the. My thing is like, oh, I'm gonna combine them into one big thing.
No, like if Virginia's
What
split
if we
into 2,
expand
I just want to
Virginia?
follow that to its logical conclusion of its splitting again and again and again. Everyone in that region could just be a president.
You know what? I think I'm on board with Louisiana being its own thing. I think
As long as we put Ralph the Baker in charge.
because I think sure.
You know Ralph the Baker,
You
right?
talked to me about him. You showed me videos. So I think
Stick a butter, man!
yeah, that guy. He's sitting. He throws it on the grill.
90 pounds of crawfish, man!
Slap that shit.
47,000 tons of andouille sausage.
So I think Florida, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina.
In addition to his
Mississippi.
political duties, he could also cook for everyone in the country.
Yeah.
He does typically make enough to feed like a small army. So if he just went up,
Feed a village, Sean.
it's Love Ralph the Baker. I hope he doesn't do something horrific in the near future to make me regret saying that.
He might have already done it now.
Maybe.
You don't even know. Yeah, but I think this right here, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, that's its own country.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do we call it?
The United States of Florida, Bama. Because think about it. Florida and... actually, no, I guess Mississippi also sort of has its own identity. I don't know. I think all of the identities in this region are basically the same country. Florida is the only one that I think is like its own, like, that's a little bit more unique than the rest of them. But, like, this stretch right here is all the same.
Yeah, it seems like... Yeah, okay. Lump those in together.
Yeah. And then I would say Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri?
Alright, we're also... Another thing we're going to fix. If Arkansas is pronounced like that, but spelled Arkansas, we need to either start calling it Arkansas, or Kansas needs to become Kansas.
No, so if we combine these four right here, what is this? Missouri.
How about this? We do Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas, and Arkansas, and we call it Arkansas.
No, I like that. I actually think that's... You know what? Yeah, that's funny as shit. That's it. There it is. That's our Kansas.
Also, like...
That's our Kansas, folks. Our big, beautiful Kansas. Our Kansas.
Also, I want to revisit the idea of just turning Iowa... Iowa...
Yeah,
Because I think Nebraska produces more corn than Iowa does. Don't they? We've got enough corn in Nebraska.
Because there's two different kinds of corn that are mostly grown in the U.S. One of them is to make corn byproduct, like high fructose corn syrup. The other one is edible. High fructose corn is not edible. It's actually disgusting. They have to yeah.
Is it like the same corn? I've got family in Pennsylvania, and there's a shit ton of corn farms out there. I'm like, oh, why don't we just take some? They're like, no, that's cattle corn.
Yeah,
Is it cattle corn? Is it the same thing?
It's not exactly the same thing, I don't think. It might be, actually. They might have just found another use for it.
Silver Queen corn?
But yeah, there's like different versions of corn. Like some corn is not. It's like you could eat it, but it's gross.
Yeah, Silver Queen is good.
So, but you know what? Good point. I'm pretty sure they both produce. You know what? What about Wyoming? Wyoming seems like a good place to dump stuff. Nothing happens.
It literally has it built in. That's where the Grand Canyon is. There's already a big hole there.
I thought the Grand Canyon was in Arizona.
No. It's definitely in Wyoming.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
No way. You're kidding.
No.
You're kidding.
I am not kidding. The Grand Canyon is in Wyoming.
You're kidding.
I'm not.
Hold on. Let me look this up.
No, it's actually in Toronto.
No, it's not.
All right, you got me there. It's not Toronto.
Yeah, no, Grand Canyon National Park, Arizona.
The Grand Canyon is not in Arizona.
Grand Canyon National Park, Arizona.
Just Google where is the Grand Canyon.
Where the national park is. Arizona.
Why did I think it was Wyoming?
I don't know.
I was so confident.
I know you were.
I need to... Hold on. My phone.
No, I'm telling you, I know it's Arizona because that's what the only reason I would ever go to Arizona is to see the Grand Canyon. Also, it's like a rocky desert. Like, that's how I know it's... Yeah. Oh, wait, I think it might be across 3 states. Hold on. What 3 states is the Grand Canyon in? Well, the main canyon is entirely within Arizona. It's close to the borders of Utah and Nevada. Still not right, though, with Wyoming.
I think it was Wyoming.
So it's probably, like, here. Somewhere.
I could have sworn... God damn.
What happens in Wyoming, though?
Nothing good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's dump trash there. Because Montana...
Yeah, let's look it up. What's in Wyoming?
I want to say, like, they do probably cattle ranching, right? That's probably a cattle state.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. They probably do a lot of agriculture of some kind that we don't I guess, to give them credit for.
It's crazy. The entire state of Wyoming has the same population as my living room.
See, that's what. So, like, originally I was thinking about combining, like, so I was gonna do probably like Wyoming, the Dakotas, and like Montana, maybe. Well, also another weird thing is like, what do we do with Colorado?
All right, this might be controversial, but I think we should make Idaho part of the Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia Republic.
Okay.
I think that should be a non-contiguous nation.
See, I was gonna ask you, how do you feel about non-contiguous nations?
Well, we did come out very hard against it when it came to Michigan.
Yeah.
But upon revisiting, I think Idaho should be lumped in with the South.
Because originally, my plan for my ideal nation was I was gonna do like Washington, Oregon, California, New York.
I think maybe they could have like some sort of military alliance, but I don't think New York and California should be the same nation.
Okay. Well, I was trying to think of what states are self-sustaining.
Mostly because of the East Coast, West Coast rap beefs.
Fair enough. You know what? We're trying to solve beefs, not create more beefs. It's a good point. But
yeah, we can get the beef from Wyoming.
Exactly. They got all the cattle. We figured it out. Shit, where was I going with this?
Damn, we're gonna just solve politics in an afternoon.
I know. Remember, trust me, we had that idea about the invasive species in the second episode, and the crocodile thing is still.
What was the idea again?
We're gonna release a bunch of invasive predators. It's still like
to where?
To the general population of the United States.
Ah, that's right. We were talking about Australia.
Yes. So that we would stop fighting about who can pee.
But I'm not gonna talk about it. Because every 4 hours in Queensland, a child's eaten by a crocodile they do.
Yeah. So, I was trying to think of what states are self-sustaining, and like California, Texas, and New York are like the only... Maybe Florida, you could argue, are like the only true like self-sustaining that could like do it on their own.
I think we should build a canal through Florida. Like, kind of where the Panhandle meets the peninsula.
Go on.
And I think Florida should become an island nation.
Wait. Hold on. You're saying we do what now?
We build a canal through Florida. Like,
okay.
Right? Like,
okay. Like, wait. Through the mainland? Like, through Orlando? Or are you talking about, like...
No, like, the northern part, but just below where the Panhandle is. So, like...
So, like, up...
Hold. Right? Here. We're going to build a canal that goes right there. And Florida becomes an island. I don't know why. They're beach people. I think they'd appreciate being an island.
And we own, let's see, Puerto Rico, which is like down here. And then also, we own like what? Like part of the Virgin Islands or something? Or whatever?
Yeah, there's the U.S. Virgin Islands. Yeah.
So all of that shit.
It's a U.S. territory.
So all of the U.S. territories that are down there, and then like Florida become their own thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I think Hawaii becomes part of the California nation, and Alaska stays its own thing. Mostly because currently Hawaii gets fucked. Like nobody helps them. It's so expensive.
Okay.
Because everything has to get shipped over by either.
That was aggressive. I don't know if the camera got that or the mics,
I think he's hungry. All right, baby.
This cat is up to something.
Bye, baby.
It was suspicious.
I think he's hungry. It's like 9:30. I don't know if they've been fed yet. Oh man.
That was a long, drawn-out meow.
And he like stared. He was like,
yeah, he got up on my knees.
Yeah.
Meow.
Meow. So let's see. Yeah, I'm still saying California, Nevada, maybe like Oregon. I'm fine with the Idaho being thrown in with whatever the fuck that is. That seems okay.
Yeah, 'cause Idaho, like, That's just all like meth and white supremacists. At least the northern part of Idaho.
Yeah, Idaho ain't great. All of it kind of sucks.
I think. I'm basing that all on a movie I saw once.
No, everything I know about Idaho, it doesn't seem like a fun place to live. I wouldn't.
Hey, maybe, but your mom's also Idaho.
Shut the fuck up. Fucking. You're the biggest slut I know. I want to hear it from you. Fucking whore. God. You and your coke sluts. Is there any places that we missed?
Let's see. So we got the Northeast, got the Great Lakes, got the Southeast. Utah's its own nation, headed up by Andy Reid.
You know what? I think I figured it out. Because if we're gonna keep Texas its own thing, what if we do Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado? Question mark.
You know what? I want to revisit Wyoming.
Okay.
I think it would be funny if Utah becomes an entirely dry state. They do not. They stop the production and the sale of any alcohol whatsoever, as is consistent with Mormonism. But then we make Wyoming the largest, just a giant distillery. I think.
Oh, you know what? Also, you know what I just realized? We could. We hate Idaho so much. If we make Idaho the
I
trash
don't
dump,
actually hate Idaho. I just know nothing about what.
fuck them. Make them the trash dump.
There's gonna be 7 people that are very upset with this plan.
Because what I've realized is that most of the potatoes, they say, oh, like most of it don't even come from Idaho.
Potatoes. Yeah, okay.
But most of them don't even come from Idaho.
Really?
Yes.
What do you mean?
They come only like 20% of our potatoes come from Idaho.
Yeah, but they're the good ones. Yeah.
Fair.
You know what? Maybe I'm reversing my position on Idaho.
Fair. They are very good potatoes.
All the Five Guys fries come from Idaho.
They are very good potatoes. They don't produce as much as like people think they do. It's just they produce a good quality potato.
Okay. All right. Here's my idea. We're gonna do some trades.
But can we move the potatoes to like Montana?
We're gonna do some trades. All right. Idaho becomes part of the Republic of Ireland, but we get Dublin as part of the Great Lakes nation.
What does this accomplish?
I don't know. Irish people like potatoes. Idaho's got them. I'd like to be able to go to Dublin without a passport. Go visit the Jameson factory.
That's a ridiculous idea. Just so you could go on a Willy Wonka tour of the Jameson factory.
Yeah, it seems fun.
I'd go.
All right, let's do it. We're going to offer Ireland the state of Idaho.
All right. Perfect. As a peace offering. See, Colorado is a weird place. I don't know if it should... I almost feel like if we're going to do the non-contiguous thing, it should be part of the California nation.
I think
I
because
feel like California and Colorado have a good...
basically, not exactly, but more or less a perfect square.
Yeah.
I think it would be funny if we split that up into several more squares within it and go the route of Virginia. Make it like...
Oh, you know what? You know why this plan is perfect? Colorado is a very mixed political state.
Yeah.
Let's do sectors.
Okay.
Let's do square sectors based on who lives where. You got your mountain and like outdoorsy people. You got your gun people. You got your gays.
You got your billionaires who visit Aspen to go skiing.
Yep. Yeah.
Got your potheads.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. They were like one of the first.
They were the first.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Shout out to Colorado. I almost moved there.
Yeah, it seems like I'd visit Colorado.
Yeah. Why not? Big beautiful Colorado. They got the best snow.
I think you're thinking of Columbia.
No, I'm talking about actual snow. But fair enough. Yeah, is there any state we did not cover? We even covered the territories.
Where does Missouri go?
I thought we were doing Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri.
Oh, right, that's right. It's part of our Kansas.
Oh, right. Yeah, this is right here. Sorry, these four: Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri.
I don't know if we included Oklahoma in our No, we did.
Yeah, it was Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, because then Iowa was originally going to be the dump, and then we realized what goes on in Iowa again.
Nothing. I think it's back to being the dump.
No, wait. There was something.
You said corn, but
corn. Yeah, corn. Nebraska and Iowa make corn.
We've got enough in Nebraska and probably South Dakota.
Oh wait, I don't think North Dakota doesn't do shit.
They got Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, but they don't produce shit.
They produce pictures of
Yeah,
Mount Rushmore.
yeah, so they don't produce shit. I'm dumping my trash there. North Dakota. North Dakota is the new trash state. Because Idaho's got potatoes.
Gonna stick it up Washington's nostril.
Yeah, because then we could do Iowa, Nebraska.
Or is Mount Rushmore South Dakota? I know it's one of the Dakotas. But after my Wyoming gaffe, I'm no longer confident about where things are.
Listen, all I know is that neither of the Dakotas, as far as I can tell, produces anything. And I think North Dakota... It's just up there.
Actually, I'm pretty sure Mount Rushmore is actually south.
No, I'm almost certain it's in South Dakota. So it makes it even easier for us to be like, let's just dump our trash in North Dakota. You know?
What are the Canadians gonna think of that though? Because we're just putting a dump right by the border. I don't know if that's a very neighborly thing.
Ooh, that's a good point.
You know, it's here's the thing: when the government is going to do horrific things, you do it inland. That's why Nevada is where they detonated all of the nukes. They're just let's just do it in the middle of the desert, not really close to anything.
Well, the only way we can make
It's crazy how many nukes have been detonated in Nevada.
I have a question. And this is going to sound awful, probably. I might have to cut this part out. But, what if we moved everyone... no, never mind. No. I just realized this is literally the Trail of Tears.
All right. Okay, we're talking ethnic cleansing now.
No.
Who are we moving?
No, not ethnic, but basically, if we could convince everybody in Puerto Rico to move off the island, we could just make Trash Island. You could also do the same thing with Hawaii.
Tony Hinchcliffe already proposed that idea. We don't need it.
Oh yeah, he did. What an asshole. He calls him a garbage name. Oh, what fucking dickhead. No, but I realized they have a lot of cultural and deep roots to the they probably wouldn't want to leave.
That would be an ethnic cleansing for sure.
That's not an option.
No, if we're gonna put our garbage on an island, put it on Long Island.
It's so close to New York, though.
Yeah, but New York produces a lot of trash, so it's convenient. You can just send it to fucking Hobart. You have the great Copac tire fire.
Wait, does Oklahoma produce anything?
Musicals.
Well, see, the only reason
hold on. I'm not over the send our trash to Long Island. We could just have
that would ruin New England also.
No, because that's they got the Long Island Sound as a buffer.
New York is already so polluted. I don't trust this even a little bit.
Yeah, but I think if we send it I don't know, just the Syosset incinerator pit. It's
incinerator pit. Oh, wait a second. Is there no, because you're still at this fucking law. No, it's a bad idea. There's too many people around. The idea is you want to put the trash somewhere we're not allowed to
live. Listen, as someone from there, I don't know, I'm just if we're good, if for our plans we need to do an ethnic cleansing.
We're not doing an ethnic cleansing!
I know we're not, but if we were, I'd talk who's deserving of this. God damn it! I think Long Island might have. It's already an island, so we're gonna turn it into a dump. We've got it's a border. It's bordered by water, so there's not much risk of it spreading anywhere else. And the people suck.
Yeah, there's other states where
They don't even have to leave. We can just start dumping the trash on them. Whoop.
You're getting so. Well, the last time this happened, it got fucked up. Hold on, plug that shit back here real quick, because it fucked the audio in episode 2. Is it?
Why do you think I left?
Is it? Is it blinking or no?
No, it's just a solid red.
Okay, I think it's fine now.
Technical issues, folks.
You got real heated about Long Island. Has real strong opinions about the people of Long Island.
You know what? All right, hold on. Okay, you know what? No, we don't turn it into a dump. But here's what we do. Okay, we get some we need for this plan to work. We would probably need essentially every container ship in the world.
Okay.
And we tie a bunch of ropes around the island, and we drag it out to the middle of the ocean.
I just thought of a great compromise.
What?
Because it would be very hard, I would say, to convince a lot of people to go along with this idea. So what if, in order to convince the people of these racist states down here in the bottom, what if we dump the trash at the Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, whatever this is, the racist states of America?
I think it's the southeast is the more racist part. You're saying Arizona's more racist than Mississippi or Alabama?
Have you talked to Alabama
is the capital of racism.
Okay, but you're thinking of okay, I don't know how to break this down to you because you're white, but there are tiers of racism.
But for sure
No. We talked about this actually a little bit in episode 3 when we were doing that. Where I said every black person has a specific group of people they hate. So people tend to be racist and hate people based on where they live and what's around that bothers them. So the people that live on the border, they hate they have a visceral hatred for Mexicans. Whereas people in Alabama also hate Mexicans, but they just hate every race. Whereas these people hate people from down there.
Yeah, that's why I think though, if I had to guess, I think I'd call Alabama more racist.
I would say, okay,
Just gut feeling.
Sean. I would say, as far as, what you're trying to say as far as they're more, yes, but what I'm saying, these people are specifically so racist that I think if we put up a wall of garbage that wafted into Mexico, they'd be for it.
I see what you're saying.
Yes, that's what I'm, because you complained about...
You just convince them to take it.
Yes, because what you complained about if we put it, in North Dakota... we'd be bothering the Canadians.
Yeah, but now we're bothering Mexico, though. That's the issue.
No,
the Arizonans are...
We're not bothering Mexico. We live in the Great Lakes nation.
Yeah, and we're going to be trucking our garbage to Arizona and placing it right on the Mexican border. But I don't think Mexico's going to be too happy.
No. But they're still going to direct their anger directly at this nation here.
I'm not comfortable pissing off Claudia Scheinbaum.
I'm telling you, the people down here are going to...
She's a nice lady. She doesn't deserve that.
They will take all of the heat, all of it will go directed straight towards them. They'll go to war. They'll ask us for resources, and we'll tell them no.
Maybe.
Or they won't go to war. It might be a Korea situation where you just send dirty diapers and pamphlets about freedom. Do you know about that?
Yes.
Okay.
And South Korea will blast K-pop into North Korea.
Yeah, and then North Korea started dumping trash. I love how petty the Koreas are.
That's great.
I kind of almost wish there was a North and South Vietnam.
Are
Are you unaware that there was?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm saying
You left out the word still, so I was unsure if you were aware that those very much did exist.
See, like shit like this gets cut off for this and paper.
No, leave that in.
Yeah. Yes, I'm very aware, and fuck it, bring it back. I like petty border wars. I like
Holiday in Cambodia Valentine, surprisingly back in favor of a second Vietnam War. That it tracks with the name I've given you today.
Be true. I'm Cambodian for today.
It's a holiday there.
Is that a movie?
No, it's a song.
Oh, you said it was a song. I have a terrible memory.
I've been to school, but I came up to and you know you've seen it all.
Okay. What else? Because like I would assume Montana, you know, this is where we'll grow stuff there or whatever. Because like Montana, I think also does beef.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Montana's mostly farms and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I also like the Northwest Trails, like the national parks and stuff, because apparently we're not doing national parks anymore. I would like to preserve national parks.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
All right. Also, because I don't like being wrong, I think, I'm not quite sure how we would accomplish this, but we dig a new Grand Canyon in Wyoming. We're changing things up. We might as well do another Grand Canyon, and it's going to be bigger than the one in Arizona.
Ooh, fun idea.
And we're going to call it the Grander Canyon.
No. Fun idea.
The grandest canyon.
What, if we build it, but like, what if we make it part of the tourist attraction? Is that you can just throw stuff into it and watch it like. We can have like a whole crash pit set up. You can drive cars over the side.
This whole plan is it's becoming very garbage centric. I don't know if we really need this much space to just dump garbage.
Like, don't we?
I think Long Island is probably big enough. Like,
how big is Long Island?
Look at it. The map's right there.
You think that's long enough?
That's in the name.
Is that the longest island we have?
Yes.
Mm. See, we can't dump trash in Alaska, can we?
We can dump it anywhere. That's what we do now. I mean,
yeah, but I have this.
I just don't know why we're centering so much on trash.
Well, it's got to go somewhere, and if we're gonna, where does the EU send its trash? Do they all take care of their own trash?
I guess. I don't know. I'm not a sanitation engineer.
Listen, building a city is hard. Okay, you need a lot of shit that people don't realize. Okay? Yeah. I think we did a pretty good job there.
Yeah, we solved politics today. We did it.
I think we solved the political crisis. Cheers.
There's going to be 1,000 warring states now. I'd give it, if this plan went into place, I'd give it an hour and a half before there's just all-out war of lying nations.
Wait, who do you think declares... Who do you think declares war on who first?
I think it's going to be in, like, the several hundred Virginias. It's going to be, like, south, southwest, east, north, south Virginia. Like, is going to, like, have a dispute with, like, south, southeast, west, west Virginia. Mm-hmm. And which is just going to be the modern-day equivalent of, like, an HOA president. You're like, hey, you gotta, change the color of the shutters on your house. Yeah. And it's like, I will declare war for those shutters, and that will be our Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
Hold on. Speaking of petty borders, I didn't realize, you're right, I just inadvertently created a lot of petty borders.
Oh, 1,000! Yeah!
Because you're right. Imagine, like, say you live, like, here or something, and then, like, this state is like, or this nation is like, oh, you can't have XYZ symbols within X amount of feet of our border, or we're gonna take it as an act of aggression. Like, you can't fly a pride flag on the border of the racist state.
I do really like the idea, though, that if you're driving from, like, Pennsylvania to North Carolina, there's 173 borders that you have to pass through. You have to go to customs. Yeah, you have to go to customs in each one.
It takes you 6 hours to go an hour.
6 weeks.
Fuck. Dude, that'd be awful. I would just never go there. Or fly over it. Ooh,
Yeah, you'd have to fly.
wait, shit. What do we do about airplanes?
How
do we...
it would be funny if, like, Arkansas is like, this Great Lakes plane has entered our airspace and we've shot it down. Then last week we were talking about how dangerous it is to fly. Imagine when there's cruise missiles coming out of Utah.
Yeah, that would be fucked up. Oh, fuck. What if they deny you entry into say you try to cross the border from one state and they're like, nah, you gotta go around.
They might.
I guess you only build... Never mind.
Not mind. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, there's gonna be a lot more bridges, but I guess you only build bridges when you're going over water.
Typically, yeah.
Yeah.
But you're proposing just building bridges over certain states? They're like, I'm gonna drive over the 90 Virginias.
Like the Skyway!
We've built a causeway that's not technically in any of the Virginias. No, I think that might solve it. I like where your head's at.
Well, because in my head, honestly, what got me onto this was that I only know borders that have bridges. So in my head, you cross the border, you have to go over a bridge.
Honestly, I kind of have that thought, not about borders, but about, like, when I grew up on Long Island, to get to New York City...
You gotta go, like, a bridge.
You gotta a bridge or a tunnel. Mm-hmm. It's like there's a physical barrier. When I moved here, and I'm like, wait, so I can just drive from, like, Tonawanda and be in the city in 10 minutes, and there's not, like, a thing I have to get past? Yeah. This isn't a city! I think we should build moats around every major city.
Oh, here we go. See, I like to see we're back on the more bridges.
Like Manhattan just naturally has one. Manhattan's an island, but like Chicago needs a moat. Detroit needs a moat.
See, as much as I'm terrified of bridges, I think they're nice to look at.
Is it like, were you molested by Jeff Bridges?
No, I don't trust infrastructure. I don't trust that they maintain infrastructure well enough that it's not gonna fail. Like, yeah, no, there's like.
Speaking of infrastructure, did you see the ship that crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge the other day?
Yes, the Mexican ship.
What were they all doing up there? Why are you hanging on the masts?
It was basically...
Why were there 40 people just swinging around on ropes on the sails as you're that close to the bridge?
So...
Why did they all need to be up there?
It was a tour of Goodwill around the world, basically.
Goodwill Hunting's in Massachusetts, not in Brooklyn.
And, yeah, they were basically doing, like... You know how, like, the Air Force would do, like, air shows? It's basically the Mexican Navy doing, like... It's a training program, but they are also doing, like, a show.
It would be kind of funny if that was intentional. And it was, like, kind of a Japanese, like, honorific suicide type of thing. Like, as a show of good faith, 40 sailors are gonna kill themselves at the Brooklyn Bridge.
But... Like they committed seppuku?
Exactly. Except instead of stabbing yourself in the gut with a sword and disemboweling yourself, you just crash yourself into the Brooklyn Bridge.
So, well, God damn. So apparently, what happened was they lost power, and like he couldn't. And like when you lose power on a vessel that big, it takes a while to steer it. So it's like if you lose power.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah,
But when they lost power, no one could have been like, "Hey guys, get down!"
I guess not. They didn't have a megaphone.
No one could have been like, "Hey, abajo, por favor."
Guess not.
No tenemos poder.
I guess they weren't quick enough on the draw.
I don't know how to say port and starboard in Spanish, but I imagine they'd be yelling that a lot.
Would they? Yeah, alright. That makes sense. That tracks. Nautical terms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Presumably, like, they'd have nautical terms in Spanish, too. No way they're just saying right and left.
So how
They're
much-
not saying izquierda and derecha.
So how much damage did it cause? Like, I know people die, but like, how much damage did it like cause to the bridge?
I think the bridge is more or less fine.
Okay. Did they hit like the actual bridge, or did they hit like the support structure?
They hit the bridge.
No, so they hit the actual bridge, or did they did the sail or like the mast like break on the bridge, or did it
Yeah, the mast broke.
Okay.
The bridge was fine.
The bridge was fine, but the mast on the ship broke.
Yes.
Ah, so the mast snapped.
As did a bunch of arms
Yes. Oh yeah.
and necks.
Oh yeah, big time.
I think, 3 people died?
Oh, was that small?
It was like 3 or 4 people died, but like
Jesus,
70
the-
had serious injuries.
Okay, that's what I remember seeing a large number of people. Okay, they were mostly just injured.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Well, no, because so many people like fell because they were swinging around on the fucking masts.
Yeah, they were playing Pirates of the Caribbean. There it is.
Yeah, in the movie, it's Caribbean.
Yeah, because fucking Johnny Depp, what a guy. You know, for the longest time, I thought Johnny Depp and Tim Burton were the same person.
I can see that. I think we're coming up on like 2 hours.
We are coming up on, yeah, we should probably leave.
We'll see you next week, folks.
Later, Jiggas.